Ever since 2022, everyone has used ChatGPT in the exact same way. You ask it a question, it gives you an answer, but then you go out there and do the work. But that ends today. And that is because OpenAI has merged Codex with ChatGPT. For those of you who don't know, Codex was OpenAI's Agentic AI application. It was basically meant for programmers. And combining both of these, we now get ChatGPT Work, which is an assistant that doesn't just give us an answer, but actually executes the work on our behalf. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to explain to you what exactly is ChatGPT Work, why is it different to normal ChatGPT, when you should use each, and is this worth the hype? I'm going to remove all the fluff, show you a live demo so that you can actually understand what it is, even if you're not a technical profile, even if you don't know about programming. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, guys, what is the difference between normal ChatGPT and ChatGPT Work? Well, I'm going to give you a simple analogy. Imagine normal ChatGPT as a recipe book. So you want to have something for dinner and you look for your recipe, but then you have to do all the work. You need to now memorize or learn that recipe. You need to go to the supermarket, buy the ingredients, cook, cut everything, prepare it, and plate it. On the other hand, ChatGPT Work is your private chef. It's going to pick the recipe, go to the supermarket, chop everything up, cook it, and plate it for you. So one gives you an answer and leaves you to do the work. The other one actually does the work on your behalf. And that is because when dealing with agentic AI, we operate differently than when we operate with a normal model that does not use agentic AI. Agentic AI requires a goal rather than a prompt. We're going to tell it what the final outcome should be. And an agent is going to make autonomous decisions on what it's going to use to actually execute that goal, the steps it's going to follow to execute that goal, and it's going to work autonomously until that goal is complete. So think as ChatGPT Work as capable of doing two things that normal chat can't do. Number one is, you could say, it has hands. It is capable of searching through your files and tools and finding what is necessary to accomplish a goal. And then it's also capable of designing its own steps on how it's going to plan something out. For example, if I wanted to, let's say, analyze an Excel file, find some insights, and then draft an email and send it to my boss, with normal ChatGPT, I would need to go look for that Excel file, download it, attach it to ChatGPT, write a prompt on how I want that analysis to be done, ask it to draft an email, and then I would copy such email, paste it into my Gmail, and send it. With ChatGPT Work, it is going to go into my drive automatically, find the file by itself, decide how it's going to do the analysis, then go into my email, find my boss, and email it. All of it autonomously without me having to execute anything. And here's where the real value is. I'll show you all of this in live practice in a second, but before we do that, you might be wondering, so when should I use normal chat and when should I use ChatGPT Work? Well, use normal chat whenever you just want a quick and fast interaction. So for instance, if you want a quick brainstorm just to analyze your ideas, to do a summary, and then you're going to actually execute the deliverable. On the other hand, if you want to delegate the work to AI, actual delivery of that task, then that's when you should use ChatGPT Work. In one line, ChatGPT is for answers, ChatGPT Work is for execution. So guys, what has actually worked? We're now in ChatGPT, and as you can see, it is now merged. We now have here normal chat, and here we have Work. When we now click into Work, you're going to see a few things. First of all, we can see our plugins. These are basically applications that we have connected to ChatGPT. Like I said, what Work does is it actually executes. So in order for it to send an email, go into my Google Drive, my calendar, my Slack, it needs to have access to it. So from the plugins is where we can give access by just logging in to our applications. Additionally, we can also add this chat to any project that we have. So if we click here on Choose Project, we can actually attach this conversation from ChatGPT Work to the projects that we already have within our ChatGPT account. Now, also, if you had the Codex application, as I do, the desktop app, which you have to download, you'll now notice a difference. And that is that you have here Codex, but if you click on it, you can actually switch directly into Cowork and switch between both of them there. So now in the desktop app, you can use Codex and Work, and in the web version, you can use normal chat and also Work. Another quick thing worth mentioning is that with this new release, we also have the model 5.6. GPT 5.6 has been released. However, we did a complete video on that, so we're not going to make this video any longer by talking about it. If you're interested, it's in the channel. We compare it to Fable 5 from Anthropic. All right, guys, so it is now ready to put this to the test. And for that, I've prepared an exercise. First of all, within my Google Drive, here I'm using Google Drive. I could just use a folder in my computer. I could use SharePoint, whatever it is you use. And I've made here fictional sales report for Laura, who is an employee in charge of sales for a fake company called Sovio. So here we have all the information about Sovio sales for the last year by region. Okay, we have different region here, and we have all the sales reps. Okay, one of them is, in this case, Laura, which you can actually find her here. Okay, so what I've done is I've basically prepared the following prompt. Now, as you can see, I'm just in ChatGPT. I just logged into chatgpt.com and I switched into Work, and I've prepared the following prompt that you have here. I basically said, you are my sales operation analyst for Sovio, and I want you to do 4 things. Number 1, go into my Google Drive and find my folder for Sovio, and I want you to find any Excel sheet, which has sales data. Then I want you to clean it and analyze it. The reason for this, guys, is because that Excel sheet has a few mistakes that I've added on purpose. So I wanted to clean it up and see if it identifies. Number 3, I then want you to create the following 3 deliverables. I want you to make a mobile-friendly dashboard with all of the data from that Excel sheet. Then I want you to make a 1-page executive summary document. And finally, I want you to make a presentation for the board with 8 to 10 slides explaining everything that happened in the last year. And then the deliverable, I've said, I want you to draft an email to leadership, which is this email account, which is one of our many emails accounts, tools@stintea.com, from me, Laura, summarizing the headlines, but do not send it. Just leave it in drafts so I can approve it. And then I want you to send the link of the dashboard that we made to our colleague Carlos via Slack. Okay, so that's what I've done. I'm just going to send it in. Also, by the way, here I'm using 5.6, their model, and just so you know, you can adjust the how strong you want the reasoning to be. Obviously, the stronger you set it to, the more tokens it's going to consume. So let's be reasonable here. I'm going to put it to high, and we're just going to send it in. Now, notice also one more thing. I said, show me your plan before executing. Now, check this out, guys. Many things here to analyze and to consider. Number 1, I did not give it the file. Okay, the file is here. I'm just showing it to you guys. I just said, go into my drive, which has hundreds of folders. It is true, I gave it the name of the folder, which is just the company, Sovio, and it's going to actually find it itself. Then I also asked it for multiple things to do. Okay, here's the plan. Number 1 is going to find the file. Number 2 is going to clean and validate it. Number 3, analyze performance. Number 4, build the deliverables. Number 5, prepare communications. And finally, do a handoff. Okay, as you can see, here is the plan. And I'm just going to say that I approve the plan. And now that I have approved, it is going to actually start executing on my behalf. Again, remember, it made its own plan. Also, I asked it for an email. Did I say exactly how to write it and what to do? No, I'm going to let it autonomously do that. Did I say what findings it should include? No, because I also asked it to find its own conclusions and build them itself. We're giving a lot of freedom. And then also check out the deliverables. I'm asking for that email to go directly to my drafts. And that's what I expect to happen here. Also, I'm asking for the message to be sent on Slack. So I wanted to make a dashboard, publish it, which, by the way, that's another addition. Before, whenever it made a website or something for you, you had to find an external party to host the link for that website. Now, with this update, it hosts its own website. And it's going to go into my Slack, find my peer called Carlos, and send him this. So we're going to let it work. This is probably going to take 15 to 20 minutes. And once it's ready, I'm going to show it to you. But before we actually do that, I did want to tell you one thing, and that is that we're hosting a free weekly class every single Monday of the year. And you can sign up completely for free in the first link of our description. In that class, you can ask me questions, and we're going to build something live just like this. You can ask me any question in the chat, and I'll answer it for you. Now, let's go back to the video. All right, guys, so we got our response. It took 16 minutes, as you can see, but the deliverable is incredible. First of all, let's check this out. So also, if we click here, by the way, we can see the entire process of everything that was followed in order to give us our response, which is quite cool. Number 1, we asked for an executive summary. So if we click on it here, we can see we can download this as a Word document. Now, something pretty cool. It did a very good job analyzing. If you want to pause and read, amazing. But I basically made a mistake on purpose in this document. And what I did is the following. As you can see, this is the region of sales, and I made a duplicate with the region. As you can see, sometimes I spelled Nordic, and sometimes I spelled Nordics. Now, if they didn't add them up together and join them as one region, which is correct, I misspelled it on purpose, This Nordic region would give you a positive increase in sales. When adding them together, you would see that this region is actually not growing, okay? And it did a very good job. If I now click on it right here, you can see that it says that Nordics is the only region that fell 39.7%. So it caught that mistake. Again, Agentic AI making decisions. It found this, hey, these two regions have the same description, they have the same salespeople, they have the same everything, but one has an S, one doesn't. It took that risk, combined them, and that is correct. Normal chat would probably analyze both regions separately. Okay, so very good job here. And we have a quite good and decent executive summary. Next, the presentation deck. Guys, check this out. This presentation looks quite cool, quite corporate. I think that this could be presented perfectly. Let me just full screen it so you guys can see. Okay, we have here all the information for, again, Nordics. Okay, we can click on everything and check out the information. We can see also what the source is. Again, guys, I think that this looks very good, very high quality. I think we could easily go into a board meeting with a presentation like this and actually deliver a quite solid presentation. So quality there is very good. Here it's also giving me all the findings and everything. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting. Remember I said, hey, I want you to send an email to tools@thintea.com with the analysis. Perfect. If I now click here, open an email, and I click on my Gmail, it's going to go into my Gmail, ready to send this email. As you can see, it's already got the right email address. We've got here our subject. We have here the email with everything that we need, and it's ready to be sent. We ask for a draft, ready to be approved and sent, and here we have it, okay? Now, next thing, the message to Carlos. This is the only part that didn't work perfectly, and it's honestly a problem on my end. Let me show you here where it says. Basically, it says that I need to give it permission in order to send specific messages in Slack. So I would need to go back into my plugins and make sure that for Slack, I have given it permissions to send messages on my behalf. It wasn't capable of doing it, so instead it just drafted the message so I can copy and paste. This is an error on my end, not so much on ChatGPT's. But it did make the shareable link for the website, which is exactly what we wanted to, right? The dashboard. So I'm just going to click here, open, and as you can see, we're going to wait for this project to load, and here is our interactive dashboard. As you can see, we have the entire performance, and like I said, it's interactive. For example, I could go to the Nordics region, which again, did a very good job combining both regions. Remember, this was a purposeful mistake that I made. And if I click on it here, we can see the decrease in sales, and we can see the graph. If I then, for example, go to the Iberia region, for example, we can see the growth is 70%, and we have here all the trends. We can also see the best products, for example. This one right here brought in 70,000 in sales. This one right here, 65,000. And this one right here, only 10,000. And we can see all the information. Okay, I can reset my filters, and we have here all the information. Again, this is a ChatGPT site, as you can see. We have a shareable link. If someone now takes this link, they should be able to see it as long as they have a ChatGPT account. So guys, how impressive is this work? I must say myself that I am blown away by what we can now do. Remember, ChatGPT, normal ChatGPT, is for giving you an answer. ChatGPT Work is for executing on your behalf. You saw this. It made a document. It made a presentation. It sent an email. It got ready for a Slack message. Unfortunately, because of me, it didn't send it, but it can do it. And it also made an interactive website and published it. All of this in under 15 minutes, autonomously. It made decisions, it found mistakes, it corrected them. Guys, the potential is huge. Before I finish this video, I just want to remind you, we host a free weekly class every single Monday, and you can sign up completely for free within the first link of our description. Also, we post 2 YouTube videos every single week, just like this one, giving you free value so you can learn AI even if you are a non-technical profile. So remember to subscribe and activate the notifications bell. And guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.